Hey everybody, it's MissShadowLovely. If you're watching this video, you probably already knew that. As is probably evident because of the sound of my voice, I am still sick, unfortunately. What more appropriate way to end 2016? 2016's been pretty rough for a lot of people. I don't just mean because like a billion celebrities died and we elected an anthropomorphic Cheeto as our president. Anyway, as you may have noticed, the setup is a little bit different. And that's one of the things that I'm going to be talking about today. We're going to be talking about the future of this channel and what to expect for the upcoming year. That's going to be fun. So, even though there's been some rough times in 2016, in the latter quarter of 2016, I have experienced just an insanely awesome outpouring of new followers, new subscribers, incredibly amazing response to new content that I'm making on my channel, and thanks to the generosity and support of those people, especially the ones listed in the description of this video, I have been able to move forward with projects that I thought I would never get the chance to actually move forward with. So that's awesome. And I am just insanely grateful to all the people who have made this possible and who have supported me and who have been there since the beginning, and the new followers, just all of you. You guys are awesome. Anyway, I'll cut the mushy, gushy stuff you don't care about, and we'll get to the heart of the issue here. If you've been watching my channel since the beginning, you'll probably notice that the content that I'm making now is a little bit different than what it used to be. If you're a new subscriber, you're actually jumping on the wagon at a really good time. We're headed in a really awesome direction. I don't always sound like this, I'm sorry. It's the sinus infection. It gets better, I promise. Well, I hope it gets better, because otherwise I'm gonna be out of a job here shortly. So anyway, back to the people who have been here since the beginning. If you were there from the very beginning, you watched this channel grow from a really sketchy, subpar creepypasta narration channel to a half creepypasta narration channel, half SCP Foundation narration channel, to a vlogging creepypasta SCP narration channel, to a comic dub SCP creepypasta vlogging channel, with some Let's Plays thrown in there that just didn't do so hot, so we didn't do many of those because they're hard to make and they weren't very popular. So you've seen a lot of things already kind of change on this channel, but primarily you probably knew me as a creepypasta narrator. Because not only do I read them, I also write them, which is actually how I got started. But as I've said at many conventions that I've performed these creepypastas at, when I'm asked by fans, I got my start writing creepypasta, and then narrating it came second because I always had a passion for voice acting and I wanted to pursue that. Where the channel is headed now is a little bit different. In case you haven't noticed or haven't watched any videos recently, they are a little bit different than the creepypasta that you're probably used to. I used to read other people's creepypastas on my channel, like many of the narrators, and not only is that a hard thing to do as a female narrator, because a lot of stories are written from the male perspective, but it also doesn't really allow me to spread my wings in the voice acting aspect. There's a difference between being a voice actor and being a narrator. While a narrator can bring a character to life, being a voice actor is something different, and I've always wanted to pursue voice acting, not so much just narration. I also kind of started to get bummed out by the fact that most of the content that I was making, I either had to severely edit because other people's stories were written from the male perspective, or I would have to write my own stories and perform them, which is not a problem. I love writing creepypasta, and in fact, I'll get to that point later on in the video. But either way, it kind of bummed me out that I was using other people's stories and not really getting to do what I wanted. So if your question is going to be, will this channel stop making creepypasta or stop posting creepypasta because that's what this channel started as? The answer is no. That's still going to happen, but it's going to be a lot different. Way, way down the road in the future, I still would like to pursue the live action aspect of it, and I think we have a really good chance of possibly pursuing that and making that successful. But for the time being, most of my creepypasta content will take the form of the SCP Sundays. Those aren't going to go away. That's where a large part of my fan base came from, is me branching out into the SCP Foundation. But that will also be getting an update as well. As for the actual creepypastas, this year I'm kind of taking the reins a bit and changing the way that I do creepypasta narration. I'm going to dedicate a lot of time to writing more and finishing series and starting series and revamping the Brother Dear Sister Dear series, Just a lot of really cool stuff. I already have several stories in the works, but I really want to focus on that if I post creepypasta content, that it's content that I created. Moving on. With what I said earlier about creepypasta narration not really allowing me to spread my wings, so to speak, the way that I used to get my voice acting, I guess, kicks in was by doing comic dubs, which is fine, and it was a lot of fun, but it's kind of the same thing. I was just voicing over other people's work, and I wasn't writing it, I wasn't scripting it, I was just reading over other people's comics that they had drawn, I didn't even draw them, and then just putting it on my channel. And something about that doesn't really sit well with me, because they're not my comics. So even if mine gets super popular, like one of my most popular, if not the most popular video on this channel is like a Five Nights at Freddy's comic. And yeah, it was a lot of fun to make, and I don't regret making it. It was a ton of fun, and the artist is awesome and all that, but at the end of the day, I didn't make that comic, so it is my video, but I'm not like, yeah, that was my project. Like, I want something to be able to call my own. Like, comic dubs are fun practice for voice acting, but they're not really, like, they're not the content creation that I'm looking for. Which brings us to the new type of content that you're starting to see on this channel, which is the waifu videos. I do give them the title ASMR / roleplay, but they are a little bit different than traditional ASMR. I actually am not a huge fan of traditional ASMR with like the whispering and the closeness and stuff because, and it's weird, this is gonna sound weird, but I have like issues with like personal space. So whispered ASMR has always kind of made me uncomfortable, but I liked the immersiveness of ASMR videos. So I did a lot of research and found that there are other types of ASMR triggers. If you don't know what ASMR is, this is probably a weird channel for you to have come to in the first place. But there are other triggers that are like whispery, which I do get a lot of comments saying like, oh, this isn't ASMR because it's not whispered, but ASMR triggers don't have to primarily be whispering. And for people like me who don't like the whispering aspect of it, it's too like personal, like it feels too intimate. There are lots of other ASMR triggers like sound effects and personal attention and role-playing and stuff like that. And I wanted to focus on those parts because those are the parts that I enjoyed. So that's how my waifu ASMR started. Because A, I'm a weeb, B, it allowed me the opportunity to not only practice voice acting, but also scripting, writing, storytelling, like the whole shebang. It allowed me to completely be in control of the content that I was making. From start to finish, those ASMR videos and the roleplay videos, like those are me being able to do whatever I want and just totally have fun with it. And I love it. And I love the response that I'm getting from it. Not just the new subscribers and new viewers and all that, but the community and the fan response that I get is unlike anything from any of my other previous videos. Like, the comments that I get on those videos and just the people talking to each other in those comments is such a different atmosphere than previous YouTube comments. Like, it's such a nice, positive experience, and I love it. I love seeing people interacting on them, and I love people getting wrapped in the story. Like, I love making these videos, and I love the reaction people have to them. And so that is just amazing. At all these different conventions, I do these YouTube panels with other big YouTubers who are also awesome and are good friends of mine, and I hear them talking about like their content and whatnot, and I always repeat the same thing over and over again. And throughout the years, I felt somewhat hypocritical because the advice I always get to people who ask me, what advice would you give to a new YouTuber, is always, don't make content unless you're proud of it and put your whole heart and soul into everything that you're doing. But I felt so pigeonholed over the last 5 or 6 years on this channel because I was always the creepypasta narrator that I felt that I couldn't spread my wings. And now seeing the support that I'm getting for trying new things and making this content that I love making is just awesome. It's amazing. And it sounds so stupid, but I feel like I'm just starting YouTube for the first time. And it's just crazy awesome. And like I said, does that mean that I'm going to stop making creepypasta content? No, but it does mean that I'm going to start making unique and personal content that I created, that I write, that I script, that I have full control over. And I'm still going to continue to make the SCP series because that's something that's near and dear to my heart. And though it may not be my favorite content to make, I love the whole genre the SCP Foundation and the Tales, and the character that I made when I was like 17, so yeah, she's super Mary Sue-ish, so she's gonna get a tweak. It's just gonna be really awesome. And now for the first time, like, in all these years, I feel like this channel is gonna just do nothing but get so much better from here. I feel like for the last like 2 or 3 years, I've just been coasting and just kind of, yeah, I attained this status on YouTube and I make videos, but I haven't really been passionate about it. I haven't really been into it. And now it's just, like I said, like, it's like doing YouTube for the first time. It's awesome. And I feel like it can only get better from here. Like I said, thanks to some amazing support from patrons on my Patreon and just really amazing people who have supported me in ways that I cannot even begin to express my gratitude for. I now have the resources and now even working towards the time to be able to make this content that I'm so excited about and that you guys are excited to see. And that's just so awesome. And 2017 has in store more amazing, unique content, creepypasta content, roleplay content, waifu content, vlogs, live action waifu videos, live action creepypasta videos, just so many awesome things for 2017. You may have already noticed that like my channel icon has changed. I will be changing like the image of the channel a little bit to more match who I want myself to be represented as. Like I said, I've always been kind of pigeonholed into the MissShadowLovely, like, fireball-wielding, axe-having, monster hunter character, and that's not going to go away. In fact, one of the projects that I'm really hoping to get going and off the ground in 2017 is a project that I tried a while back, and it failed because it got overshadowed by all my other stuff that I was pigeonholed into doing, and that is my character's story, which is Incendium. I'll be re-uploading the trailer for that, and I've revamped how I'm going to do that project, and I think you guys are really going to like it, and I think it's going to be really, really awesome, and I'm excited to actually get that off the ground. So the fireball-wielding monster hunter is not going anywhere. She's still here. It's still me, but it's going to be different than it was before. I want this channel to be represented by, I guess, what more accurately describes it, which is anime girls and creepy things, which I think is a pretty accurate representation of my life as a whole. But you guys are going to see so much cool stuff. I'm even going to be able to get back into cosplaying, which I did so many years ago but had to stop doing because it just didn't fit with what I had been molded into. But like I said, 2016 has been kind of rough, and I really did just want to take this time to say, you know, thank you so much for supporting me through all of this, and to the people who have been here since the beginning. You guys are amazing. You've seen it all happen. You've seen it all go down. You've seen the ups and downs of this channel. Thank you so much for being here. To the people who are just now getting on board, just found this channel, have been watching a few months. Like I said, you guys are getting in on like the best possible time because this channel is only going to get better from here. 2017 has already proven that it's going to be full of nothing but possibilities as long as I'm willing to pursue them. Not only on YouTube, but in real life, and I'm going to be moving to a new city where I have friends and family and opportunities, and it's going to be amazing, and I cannot wait to see what happens, and I'm so glad to have you guys along there with me. And again, I really can't even express how grateful I am for the support that I've gotten from you guys. And as always, here's the shameless YouTube plug. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Definitely be sure to subscribe because chances are you were probably already subscribed to me. And when you clicked on this video, YouTube probably randomly unsubscribed you for some reason. That's been happening a lot recently. So definitely double check to make sure you're still subscribed if you're not already subscribed. And if you aren't already subscribed, then you know what to do. Have a lovely 2017.